especially over the last 2 weeks, but of course over the last year. I can honestly say that this conference would not have happened without the help of Mr. Cervini. He's an incredible individual, an incredible worker. And however, 2014, because of him, I'm going to let Mr. Cervini up here to say 15 minutes.
Delegates. I'm going to begin by telling you what an honor it has been getting to know you over the past few days, whether in committee, in the hallways, or on Yik Yak. We know. I would also like to thank my co-president Graham for his incredibly kind words and hard work, and our entire HMC 2014 Executive Board for running such an incredible conference. To our staffers, thank you for being incredible teachers and friends, not only to the delegates, but to me. And faculty, thank you for bearing with us as we try to create something truly special for your students. Three days ago, we told you about the importance of unity. I'm here, though, to tell you why disunity, disruption, is just as important. Don't get me wrong. In order to make meaningful change, we do have to come together as a generation. What I mean is disunity, disruption, turbulence across time. And I want to suggest that you come together to disrupt the past, to question the status quo, and to throw out the asinine assumption that the future can't be and won't be any different than the present. After walking through the hotel hallways last night, it's clear that you really do understand the concept of disruption. The type of disruption I'm talking about, however, is what you experienced in committee. You saw a thread of injustice, a thread of inefficiency, one of corruption that ran from the past to the present. And you cut that thread. You said no. You said that isn't good enough, and there must be another way, a better way. You achieved the remarkable. But let's be honest, the real world is really different from HMC. Within 24 hours, you will find yourself surrounded by your peers, and yes, even adults, who haven't necessarily saved the country from tuberculosis 7 times over. You have the upper hand, and you should use it to shake things up. And for that, I want to leave you with 3 small tips for doing just that. First, you need to disrupt how the public views the problems that surround you. You have dealt with so many problems in the past 3 days, and I ask that you keep searching for them. While we are lauded as the generation of Twitter and Instagram, we are also called out, sometimes fairly, as complacent. It's a stereotype. We're lazy, we're distracted, and worst of all, we don't care. But by being here, you're already proving the rest of the world and the previous generation wrong. You can also one-up them. If you see a problem, or you hear an offensive word, or you think, that's just not right, you can, and you should, reject their complacency. Second, you need to disrupt the ways in which we are told to fix these problems. You've already got this down. Just look at what you have accomplished in the past few days. But once you get home, it'll be a little less straightforward. My advice is that after identifying what you want to fix, create something. Start a club, start a website, create a new campaign in your school or community, and how do you know when you need to do that? It's time to start something when someone else says no. When someone says, oh, that's just the way it is, or that's just how it's been done for X years. It's code. It's code for, hey there, you've just found a problem that is entrenched in the status quo, and you have the unique capability to fix it. It's time to get creative. Get on Google and research what's been done in the past, what other movements or similar clubs have done, and how you can adopt those strategies to your own unique purpose. But you have to think big, and you have to trespass the inevitable fear that follows in the footsteps of boldness. After all, in the words of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the president of Liberia and the first female elected head of state in the continent of Africa, if your dreams do not scare you, you are not dreaming big enough. Finally, and most importantly, after you leave the doors of HMC, you must disrupt any and all assumptions about whether you will actually be successful. Yes, you will have cynical adults and friends wary of the ability of a small device or app to create social change, or a new initiative to end gun violence, or even a new club to promote tolerance in your school or community. But most dangerous of all is doubt within yourself. You know how it feels when you had an idea or a bill in committee and it ended up getting shut down. You think, is it even worth trying again, speaking up? That's what you have to remember. Failure is just life pushing you in the right direction. In other words, failure and doubt about your ideas are an opportunity to learn from what went wrong, and an opportunity to prove to yourself and others that you can and you will create real change. Now, you may be wondering, how does this guy expect me to leave this fake world of HMC and go change the real world, especially with all these unopened Snapchats? Well, this is my 13th and last Harvard Model Congress conference. And I do it for one reason. I believe that out of all the millions of people in the country, 1,400 of you are now equipped to be the thinkers and doers of our generation. Let's say that you all spend the next year, the next 365 days, to get 100 people to join whatever cause is important to you. And come on, if that picture last night got 100 likes on Facebook, this is easy stuff. Then, get those people to spend a year getting another 100 people working on your project of choice. And the third year, all those people will recruit another 100 to join their respective cause. Within 3 years, you will have reached 1.4 billion people. I'm part of HMC because I can watch you be the change. Now, all I ask is that when you exit through those doors, finally collapse in bed, start brainstorming, start strategizing, start plotting. One person at a time, you're going to change the world. Thank you.